everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game features a very active secondary. The Chargers are top 10 in forcing interceptions, and they'll be up against the Browns, who will be testing that coverage. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
America's finest city on about as fine a Sunday afternoon as you're ever going to see. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the San Diego Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. We're in November now, so this is where you really need to settle in, start getting down to business.
And in baseball, they talk about the dog days of August. November, these are the dog days of football, trying to get in position for the big push.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 8. Oh, it shifts past him, and he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out, and they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback. Try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. Hall of Famer at one corner and a defensive player of the year at the other, and they just locked people down.
He'll look to throw over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And here's a look at the starting offense. Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
It's taken to the 26. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Surveying the field. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use his speed to get there in the run game.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Uh-oh, Charles, now you get to talk about your old spot, the secondary. Very key here in this one.
You have to cut me off because, you know, I'll talk about them all game long. Love to see those guys match up and challenge the best wide receivers.
Fake. They'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 30. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, I see an extra DB on the field now for San Diego.
Yeah, indeed. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I can't help it. I'm just sitting back in admiration right now. This defense tells everyone that plays against them, you're not beating us running the football. That's who we are. That's what we're about. It's not going to happen. If you're going to beat us, you better pick another way.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Here comes the pressure, and the Browns block it. This will be picked up inside the 10. And with points at an extreme premium here in a 0-0 game, that could be a big special teams play right there.
That's an advantage play. Someone create an advantage for their team, give them an opportunity, and special teams is usually a terrific starting point for that. Blocking the punt, now they've given themselves a chance and have seized momentum.
In the red zone this time, and on the outside they're playing press coverage. So now it's 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, now we find out what their definition of commitment is. They've run it on the first 2 plays. Do they come back and do it again? They're that much closer to getting into the end zone.
Yeah, inching closer and really knocking on the door now. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And picked up by the Chargers.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball, You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So out come the Chargers. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it. And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front, and to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what second down brings. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
Taking it about the 36. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
On offense, the guy that you want to have the best eyes on the field are your quarterbacks, so you can see everything pre-snap, and then, of course, as the play develops. On defense, oftentimes it's the linebacker, and on this play, his eyes took him right to the ball, and he made a nice tackle.
So each team with a fumble in what was a rather sloppy first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. 23 yards on the play.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Third down and 3. They'll come out in the pistol. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he will find his man on the outside. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Ah, yes, this is where the expression staying ahead of the chains comes into play. Good runs like that one set you up well for 3rd down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking for someone to throw to. Going right side here, and that's complete. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now back to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's 3rd and goal after the sack.
And on 2nd and goal, they decide to throw it again. And this result is even worse. They take a sack. On 1st down, it was simply an incomplete pass. Not a good first 2 plays, beginning with 1st and goal.
After the sack, they come up on 3rd and goal from the 18. They'll look to throw here. Can't find anyone open. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play. The
Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw. It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old relay. Let him pick up the 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And many use the running game like boxers do. Body blow after body blow after body blow. You may not get what you want early, but those add up, and by the 4th quarter, you could break a big one.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
It's a gain of 14 there, and that'll be good for San Diego, first down.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run, combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
All right, here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And his first carry, he loses the football. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Here we go. 1, 9.
They run a draw here on second down. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Powers over him.
Just fed him his pads, didn't he?
A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
They go play action here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Out comes the San Diego offense as they get set to see what they can do here. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up. That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They owned the offensive line, which allowed the linebackers to see their openings and run straight to the ball. That's why that play just never had a chance. Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got time. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A big gain that time for the Chargers. 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And again this time to the tailback. And room there to work it inside the 25. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. 2nd down following the run. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless 1st half. We'll come back to San Diego after this timeout. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with Larry Ridley for highlights and analysis of our 1st half of play. Now, not too many highlights yet, at least in terms of scoring plays, that is.
Yeah, but hang in there. We might get something these last 2 minutes.
Back to throw here. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Here we go now. Green 39! Green 39!
They're going to look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A pickup of 5 that time and a 1st down.
And those 1st downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
On play action, they'll throw. His throw caught at about the 5. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And the seemingly endless drive continues. They'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect better.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
Now let's go.
Back to throw again. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal, a loss of 6. And now it's 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's 3rd and goal now, back at the 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. And his kick is indeed good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
Has to. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. He'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got time in the pocket. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. And nobody was open downfield there. Looked like a pretty clear throwaway.
Yeah, definitely was that. I'm wondering why there wasn't intentional grounding. I know they're saying there's a receiver there in the area. Those darn quarterbacks, they get away with everything.
Spoken like a true defensive back, Mr. Davis.
Did that come out?
It did.
Okay.
Best of the day. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of...
That can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Chargers right now have a time of possession advantage, but it has not led them to taking control of this game. The Browns, though, are still right in this game and will certainly be looking for a way to pull this one out in the second half. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 3rd and goal. Here we'll get a fumble after the completion. Offense on the field now after the fumble. They're going to come away with another sack. This will go for a loss of 8. Now after the fumble, coverage breaks down here, and he won't be brought down. And Browns end up throwing a pick to win the draw. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the second half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. A chance for us to look at this Chargers defense again. They look good in the first half. They'll be looking to carry that momentum over into half number 2.
Finish a game the way you started it. That's typically the message at halftime when things are going well. You've done everything you're expected to do. How about a little bit more of that in the second half? But be aware they may throw something different at you to begin things.
Yeah, 50% of the equation still left to go. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
So it'll be 1st down here after the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. The linebacker, Josh Maga, brings him down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get out to you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, Let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Now back to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd. They'll run the option left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it, and that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
And they'll go on the ground. And he showcased the spin, but couldn't do much else as he's wrangled down. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. 8 yards still remaining here on 3rd down. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
On is the Chargers punter now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field, and they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, it's time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. Now it's 2nd and 7. They come out here in the eye. They run a draw here on 2nd down. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the brought down there by a pair of Chargers on the stop. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. So they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
And they'll run it here. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded at the 20. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And the numbers show the improvement, and this is kind of what we thought we would expect to see from him. I know we overanalyze these things sometimes, but what switch? What's flipped that switch?
Sometimes I think when you're as great as he is, you just kind of roll out each game and expect good things to happen. And that's not always the case. Those guys on the other side of the ball, they're the NFL 2 for a reason. So maybe at halftime he gets a chance to regroup, kind of get it back together, get a little extra resolve, and now he's putting it into practice.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Finding time. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. Muscles him off. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Second down following the run.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Now, we all know that an offensive coordinator and a quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But when you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I'm not sure they could have had a better call there for the defense. Blitz was called, and they're setting up for a draw. When you're blitzing, you're likely to beat them to the punch because they're going to take a little extra time to set up. Talk about the offensive line. In this case, you'll get into the backfield before they can get set up.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their dangerous wide receiver. 84 yards. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. One receiver left, three to the right. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. And on 2nd and 10 now. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. 3rd and 4. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
We always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Looking to throw. Surveying the field. They find some open field here. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. And now a first down following that long gain. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete.
I know for us it's fun, and it's not so much fun for the rookie receivers when we see them coming into the league and we're going to training camps. You see them working on getting 2 feet down instead of 1. But the best ones train in college trying to get 2 down instead of 1, so the transition's a little bit less. In this case, though, wasn't able to complete it anyway.
Now they go screen. It's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. And with this drop-off from last week, you know, a guy of his caliber, he doesn't take this very well, does he?
No, not at all. And right now it's a matter of who wants to even be around him at this point, and who can be around him, maybe to help him settle down or just to listen to him a little bit and let him vent so he can get it out of his system. It's just such a stark difference from what we saw last week.
Yeah.
You've mentioned many times before how impressed you are with his footwork, his decision-making, his reads. For me, his overall athleticism last week, escaping the pocket and creating big plays. We're not seeing that so far.
Here's a play fake as they set it under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's brought down after a good gain. And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards.
Hey. We got three. Three down. Come on, let's go. One.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. 20. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
I'm still an old-school football guy, and anytime you see a big-time running play, that fires me up. And if I'm on offense right now, in the position they're in now, inside the 10-yard line, I think after the way they've run it, they've set themselves up for a good play-action pass opportunity right here.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. B.J. Daniels with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Point after here coming up. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
No. Check. Patriot.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And ready for 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
15 yards through the air and a first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Let's go! Blue landing! Blue landing!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. So the second consecutive week here that he has been just a minor part of this offense. What's going on?
I think part of that is that defenses now view the tight end position as a major part of offenses. So they game plan for them. More double coverage. Sometimes they take a really good cover player and put him on the tight end as opposed to other positions. Because in the past, the tight end was really just guarded by safeties. And nowadays, it could be a safety, a corner, linebacker. Could be any one of those guys, and maybe more than one of those guys to try and take him out of the game. He's struggling for the second consecutive week.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's got time. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Let's go. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And they still need 10 yards here to fight. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So he runs it for 1 yard, then no gain. I don't know that you go back to that well here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I don't know that you do as well, but if you want to get the ball to him, if you want him to have it, maybe get him into space and throw it to him.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And the defense has got it. And this is recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark. No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies. So now a big play coming up as the Chargers are going to go for 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. But he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Deep drop. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And on the ground they go with a running back. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And to give this time to the tailback. They showed off a nut. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Defense has to stand tall here. 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. And now San Diego getting set to go. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And now they're in the hurry-up. Back to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. He'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's taken down, but now before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. He's back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion, because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
Green
to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. And the Charger defense now making their way back out onto the field. They forced the punt the last time, got off the field. I'm sure some of your D coordinators to get off the field.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Or maybe you didn't like it when you heard those words.
It depended on when they were yelling them. But in this situation, absolutely perfect. Get off the field, force a punt, let the offense take over and do their thing, and it resulted in a field goal.
Now we'll see if they can do that again. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Browns, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, it's loss number 5 for them on the year. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.